Patty, I appreciate you coming and being with us again. You always have something new to show us. And I was telling you the first time I ever saw a garment in life, a real person, and I saw the zipper put in exposed. I thought, oh, that poor thing probably did like I used to do when I learned to do something. She did it backwards. But that's really in style now, isn't it?
It is. And it's funny because the zipper tapes are now getting kind of different. They will be bright colors, or they will even have like leopard prints or all kinds of things. It's very interesting.
Well, the one I saw was a lady had a beautiful blue dress on about this color and a gorgeous gold zipper. So it was like an accessory.
Yes, and that's a way to make a statement, leaving the room, right?
Leaving the room. Unless you're like me and don't know any better and you thought she'd made a mistake. Okay, well, we call it exposed zippers because you do want to see it. We spent years, you know, going from just the plaque zipper, and then we had the invisible zipper, and that was just like the best thing ever because you couldn't see it at all. And now we want the zippers to show.
Yeah. Isn't that funny how we change? Yes, and I made these little bags just to show you the easy way. This is a very easy way to leave an exposed zipper and use some fancy stitches on your machine. And it's so simple. So these are...
And these have pockets too, don't they?
These,
wow.
You can make this with a pocket, or you could close this part and just open it up and use this as to get into the bag. But
these are cute.
This is a little cell phone carrier.
Yeah.
Or a little small, you know, something to take, you know, have an easy way to take something without having a lot of weight. So
and there aren't patterns for this. We just decide what size we want and where we want our zipper.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this is the neatest thing, is it's so easy to do. You don't have to mess around with being, you're already straight. So so I always find where my place is that I want to take and put the zipper.
Okay.
And then
you marked it with a marker or
and
something.
I mark it, and that's the place I'm going to place the zipper teeth.
Okay.
So I want
you
to
want to get it longer?
I want to get a zipper longer because it's so much easier to fit. It's so much easier to stitch without these tabs.
Oh, okay.
Just easier to...
So just make sure it's about an inch longer on each end. All right.
So sometimes I like to, you know, you can pin it or whatever. I like to use that spray adhesive and just kind of lay it down there so it's there. And then I'm going to go to the machine, and I'm going to stitch a pretty decorative stitch on the edge.
On each edge.
So I'm right on the very end of the tape. So you want to be right there at the end. And so before I cut it off, I want to be sure that I move that tab down.
Yes.
Otherwise, I'm going to cut the tab off, obviously. So now you can see...
This is where you cut it originally.
Yeah, I cut right down the center after I stitch. I want to stitch first, and then cut down the center. Okay. And then I'm going to go to the iron and press it back.
Oh, okay.
Because once you get a little bit of help with that pressing, it will stay where it's supposed to. And so now what is real important is to close up those ends.
So you don't pull the tab all the way off?
Exactly.
Either end?
Right, because you will. Ask me how I know that. So now I'm going to get my piece of lining. So this could be the lining or the pocket, either one. And I'm going to lay this on here, and I'm going to find that exact place where I have the center of the zipper. And I'm going to fold it back. And
assuming
again,
this has been pressed back out of the way.
And again, I'm going to use that line because I have pressed it. So I don't have to make a line, then I'm going to cut that off. This is going to be the top, and that's going to be the bottom. Okay. Now the cool thing is that when you attach this right sides together, like this, you will end up pulling that seam allowance back.
Oh, okay. That gets it out of the
Just
way,
like
and
I
it's
did
exposed.
Here, because this is what happened here, is I stitched it, and you see the stitching line right here, and you'll need a zipper foot because it's hard to get in. It's not a lot of space, but just do it. I mean, don't worry about it. and just get as close as you can. Press it back, and then if you want to put this smaller piece at the top, you're just going to turn it up, and then
right sides together.
You'll be open. And then you put the two pieces together. So you
this area is what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's
and then
yes,
the bottom.
Yes. And so you don't have to work at getting certain pieces a different way. You just lay this on top, get your back piece, and you'll have exactly the size you want. And then if you decided that you wanted this as a pocket on the inside, because this one right here, if you'll look at it, and you turn it in, you see how nice and clean it is?
Right.
Well,
no raw
if
edges
you want
at
that
all.
pocket, then you're going to make this piece from here to here, you're going to stitch it, and this piece is going to be long, you know, long enough
Give
to
a little bit of leeway.
Yeah, to go all the way to the bottom. And then when you stitch this on, this one will open just like this. So when you don't fold this one back, you just keep this one there.
Flat.
Just
And
like that.
if people watching are like me, and now what did she say to do on so-and-so? You have the instructions on
I
your
do.
website.
Yes, and pictures, so you'll be
good.
able to see that real easily.
I like to be able to go through something and reference back and forth, and so that'll be really helpful. But it's amazing. This is really a much easier technique for putting in zippers than the way we learned years and years ago.
Yes, you bet.
So we're right in style now.
Yeah, and I go for easy, right?
I do too. Thank you, Patty.
You're welcome. Thank you.